The CC broke the regulation, your lawyers lied to the courtroom, and nobody for your management right here in DC has been held accountable. That tracks. Seems like commercial enterprise as usual here in Washington. Okay, switching gears right away. It's been currently mentioned that Vice President Harris has in the end stated she'd craft clean regulations of the road for the virtual asset area if she becomes president. Is this your method too, sir, or do you think she's rebuking you due to the fact she does not suppose? You've got completed a terrific, sufficient job establishing those clear guidelines over the last 3 years of her administration. I think that there is legal guidelines in place. If Congress wishes to change them, they will exchange them. However, we are imposing the legal guidelines, and there are many human beings in this field. You do not suppose she's rebuked. Reclaiming my time nicely, it is very thrilling that you view your performance that way due to the fact we have a litany of court docket instances and thousands of Americans pining for clarity from you. You've abused the enterprise's enforcement equipment, and you've got even baited groups keen to conform with you, handiest to hit them with enforcement moves. You've retaliated towards businesses and people who have come before this committee to speak approximately the next generation of American finance, and perhaps by hook or by crook, worst of all, you have made up the term crypto asset security. This term is nowhere to be found in statute. You made it up. You never furnished any interpretive steering on how crypto asset security might be described within the walls of your SEC, yet you made the extensive proclamation that you agree with the majority of tokens are crypto asset securities. You did this, and also you deliberately used this made-up term as the basis for your entire enforcement crusade during the last 3 years, most effective for your attorneys to retract it in a footnote to a courtroom simply last week. Your inconsistencies in this trouble, sir, have set this United States of America lower back. We couldn't have had a more traditionally destructive or lawless chairman of the SEC, and I yield returned. You have high group of workers turnover, sad human beings leaving your workplace, and sad organizations in capital leaving our US. To correct an extended collection of abuses, I'm introducing rules that eliminates the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission and replaces the role within government director that reports to the board wherein all authority would are living. Former chairs of the SEC can be ineligible underneath my proposed bill. And this isn't always just my take. It resonates throughout the political spectrum. The American people need democratic entry to capital, retail investor participation. You cannot just exclude retail investors from markets and declare it. It is for his or her personal suitable. Our markets need to characteristic and flourish. And I yield lower back. Gary Gensler right now is inside the procedure of resigning. This comes most effective days after Congress says Gary Gensler have to be fired due to him poorly managing the Ripple XRP and crypto court cases which have been on his desk. And this is bureaucratic coming immediately from the supply, where, as you men can see in an article published simply someday in the past, Gary Gensler sits resigned after a Congress meeting. The loopy element approximately, this has been inside the works for some time now, over a pair of months. Because not simplest, have we visible simply the previous day the CC lawyer leaking confirmation of the SEC to enchantment the XRP lawsuit, which means that Gary Gensler is looking to get out right earlier than this enchantment honestly is going public. Just like how Jay Clayton left the SEC most effective one day after he sued Ripple. But as you men can see here in a published by means of BSCN headlines lower back on July 22nd, this decided Gary Gensler became predicted to resign by way of February 2025. Submit Biden term. And wager what month we are in. Well, as we get nearer and in the direction of the quit of Biden's time period, and of direction Gary Gensler feeling like he is going to no longer be capable of hold on to his position because of probably having the Republicans take over Congress as a substitute nicely, he's decided to leave, and as of now he is looking to get the whole lot off of his plate so he can seem like the good man, while in truth he has been suing crypto companies left and right for no purpose. And I want to start out with the clip you men see in the beginning of the video, in which sincerely highlights that the Congress hates and does now not like Gary Gensler stands on crypto. But what I'm approximately to expose you now emphasizes that even greater, as they highlight a comparable state of affairs to the XRP cases, Congress once more literally saying that the SEC Gary Gensler chairman is completely within the wrong. It's insane, but that is the reality. And guys, you got to watch this. Let's roll it. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Gensler, assume I have been to promote you a Yankee price tag and tell you that the Yankee price ticket should recognize in cost and will be resold at earnings within the secondary market. And as is the case with all sports tickets, suppose the proceeds from the sale of the Yankee ticket goes closer to procuring the Yankee recreation. By selling you the Yankee price ticket, am I stepping into an investment agreement with you and therefore undertaking an unregistered safety imparting? I appreciate the question. I do not know all the statistics and engines like Google and Stances, but I don't suppose so. I suggest I know wherein we're headed here, Representative. However, I do not suppose so in that, sure. So Yankee price tag isn't, and why is the Yankee price tag now not a security? Well, it's virtually a question, and the courts have been clear on this, is the provide and sale, particularly with Yankee ticket, though when you're buying a Yankee ticket. What are you shopping? You are shopping for get admission to a Yankee sport. Is that honest to say? I understand. It's It's been some time when you consider that I went to a Yankee sport. However that is, you're welcome to our Yankee sport. I used to stay in New York, and my 3 daughters have been all born in New York. So within the Stoner Cats case, the creators have been promoting an NFT that present to get entry to a Lively Net series. From the viewpoint of federal securities law, is there a felony difference among shopping for a Yankee prize ticket that gives you the experience of a Yankee recreation and shopping for an NFT that gives you the revel-in of an animated net series? Again, I do not want to comment on any individual particular. Well, it became an agreement. It's a fatter criticism. It's now not an ongoing litigation. You can comment on it. But it is about how is something offered, and is it provided and bought as a funding contract? Are people trying to a not unusual agency anticipating earnings primarily based on the attempt? Well, I'm acquainted with the definition, and you're keeping off the question. So typical, I suppose the concept is obvious. With everything going on, XRP has also been fee glitching to historic highs. In truth, inside the maximum recent price glitch, that's certainly said to be the 4th largest XRP price glitch in history. XRP skyrocketed all of the mana to $42,441. On top of this, there was reviews on the XRP ledger by using a prominent analyst that the XRP personal ledger had surely priced XRP at over $327,000. And there's this clip, but again, we do not have enough time in this video. Maybe I'll showcase to you men on the give up. Now, I also need to highlight something else on the XRP ledger, and that is the crypto trading fund, or the CTF token, which I'm very bullish on each in phrases of utility and in terms of rate motion because of the breakout that it's been getting. Guys, it has been following a similar sample. I wouldn't say exactly we have been a piece off in terms of the way low we expected it to get. And of course, you understand the idea here, but it's been following arches pretty well. We talked about there is going to be a pump, and then there's going to be a retracement. It truly is going to go apart. And properly, this is precisely what it is doing proper now. But we do assume a large bullish breakout by means of October 13. But that is going to shift because we now anticipate it to be significantly even extra bullish a lot quicker inside the next 24 hours after a prime declaration turned into made actually via the crypto buying and selling plan. And guys, that is the time to accumulate. This is the bottom point that we're ever going to get. I was speaking approximately the CTF token simply a few minutes ago, and it already went up 2 cents. That is insane. It's crazy because it really is about like 10, 15%, so this is sincerely bullish. But the crypto trading fund has introduced a first-rate declaration set to be within the subsequent 24 hours. What this means is that subsequent 24 hours, once they announce that most important statement, the charge of CTI token is going to truly skyrocket. And I mean, that is going to pump due to the fact there is very low supply of best 120 million tokens. It's nonetheless very early, simplest approximately 4,000,000 psi. And that means any sum of money will purpose supply, surprise, surprise. Like if $1,000 goes into CTI token, its deliver surprise can without difficulty skyrocket to. In fact, this declaration by myself is to make the CTF token scale rocket closer on $8, which is mind-blowing. However, that is the capacity we are talking approximately. This is ignoring the reality that you're going to get institutional adoption of the CTF.